Okay. Well, it looks like we probably, not officially yet, but we probably have our new GM with the Vikings. Um, because we were down to two finalists, and the other guy is going to the Bears. Ryan Poles is going to be the Bears GM from all reports, which leaves us with Kwesi Adofo-Mensah, Kwesi F baby. Um, and he's, I believe, in town interviewing today, having a second interview. But if he was one of the two finalists and the other finalist ain't coming here, then that tells you that our guy is going to be Cam. So I preferred of the two. I was probably more interested in Poles, just because he comes from the Chiefs, and it's a little more of a long term successful franchise. The Browns, you know, have been a little better, but they haven't been as successful. But uh, Kwesi does come from before that. He was with the 49ers for quite a while, helped them build a roster that, a lot of the same roster is one game away from getting to two Super Bowls in 3 years with Jimmy Garoppolo as the quarterback, who is not as good as Kirk Cousins. So obviously, it's not all about the quarterback. It's about the roster construction. Obviously, you know, we never know exactly what input any one particular person had for any one particular personnel move, but you know, take it for what you will. That he's been pretty good at least being involved in roster building. Now he's more of like an analytics type of guy. Poles was more of like the traditional like scouting guy. But you know, so who knows what'll happen? I mean, it's not official yet. We got to wait, but I would expect you know very likely that he's going to be announced within the next day or two. And then, of course, we'll get the head coach thing ramped up. People are already making the connection that because he had that run with the 49ers, that D'Amico Ryans would be a favorite. Um, I'm not sure how much overlap there was between the two of them there because Kwesi's been with the Browns for a couple of years. I'm not sure how long Ryans has been with San Francisco, but um, and then people even mentioning Jim Harbaugh because, well, it's like, okay, yeah, he was there, but that was that was still pretty early in the run. So I don't know if there's anything to that. Who knows? They're we actually seal the deal with this guy. He might have some head coaching um, candidate ideas that haven't even been interviewed yet. Um, so sounds like Poles is going more for the some of the more you know some of the older guys, more established guys, maybe for the Bears. You know, I don't know. I don't know why. I don't know why. Like maybe the offer. I mean, I don't think the Vikings would have officially made an offer yet, but maybe he just didn't want to wait around to you know to get offers, and then maybe another job isn't available suddenly, and well, we may never know. For all we know, the the Wolves prefer Quizzy. Maybe he was their number one choice. We don't know, um, and we won't know. We won't know on either of these GMs, because this if these are the hires officially, it's going to be just nonstop for years, maybe comparing. Um, okay, we're back. But as far as the comparison thing, it's going to be years of, you know, because we're division rivals and everything. It's going to be years of just comparing, you know, every move. They're going to just everything's going to be under a microscope, which it probably would be anyway because it's the NFL. But you know how this fan base gets with every little thing, every little move. Any player the Bears would get, they're going to be like, "Oh, we would have had this guy if only we had hired Poles." it's going to be insufferable. But we don't know. Both of these guys could be great GMs. Both of these guys could be terrible GMs. Both of these, one of these, it could go one of, one's good, one's bad, and we don't know which one would be the good or the bad. We don't know. That's gonna play out over years, and we don't know. You know, my gut tells me that maybe bringing in more of a analytics driven guy might mean that we're going to see even more guys leaving the team than we thought, because you know, I have no real I have nothing really to back that up with. It's just a gut feeling that which could mean Kirk. I mean, there's gonna it's gonna it's gonna be the talker. What to do with what are we gonna do with Kirk? If it comes to trade, if it comes to wanting to trade him, there's going to be options. There's going to be teams you can trade him to. There's going to be teams that are, in a position where they need a quarterback to win. I think people all know a lot of the names. I think Pittsburgh would be an amazing place for him to go. But I don't want him to go. I want him to be the quarterback here. But if I've said before, if the decision is made to move on from him, we just got to roll with it, and hope it works, because we don't want to be. I don't want this franchise. The people complain about, oh, they're mediocre and they're just scraping into the playoffs and stuff at best, and it's like, yeah, you want it to be better than that, but it could also be a lot worse than that, and it's a slippery slope. Because if you start to just become the franchise that just chases the first round quarterback every year, I mean, yeah, maybe you eventually hit on somebody, but sometimes that eventually could be, 10 years, 15, 20 years. There are franchises that still are, there's franchises like the Dolphins who are still looking for that level of quarterback, more than 20 years later. The Bills took them a long time to get one. It took the Chiefs a long time to get one. It's taken the Vikings a long time to get one, because we kind of lucked out and were able to get Favre, in 09. But hell, if it wasn't for that, look at our last 15 years pre-Cousins of quarterback play. It's like it ain't as easy as people want to think. And that was, there's been a lot of crap coming out about Kirk, and it's like, oh, see, we should just draft Patrick Mahomes. It's so easy. Just draft the next Patrick Mahomes. It's so much more complicated than these dolts want to think. But that might be the move. That might be what they do now. Maybe they'll do something in the draft this year for a quarterback, or maybe they'll take a look at Kellen Mond and see what he can do, and do the veteran guy who isn't Kirk. Like, I don't know. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be very interesting off season. Assuming it's Kwesi, or hell, if it's somebody else, it's going to be very interesting to see what happens, because it's going to be very unpredictable. It's already an unpredictable off season. Sean Payton just retired today, so okay, enough distractions. Wrap it up. Vikings. Hope we get the right guy. Hope this is the right guy, and let's keep this thing going. Let's get a head coach. Let's go reclaim the North. Everything. It's ours. It's ours for the taking.